build the offensive line, and you build the defensive line. And while those positions aren't sexy, they don't have great curb appeal from a fan perspective. I know our guys are as excited about signing and drafting Jared Odrick this year and Kyle Misi, our second-round pick, because they know what kind of players those guys can be and what kind of difference they make. You know, they're not going to do touchdown dances in the end zone, but you can't win. For every Tom Brady, you need a Richard Seymour, you need a Teddy Bruschi, you need those kinds of players that round out a roster. So I think philosophy is very important, and staying true to a philosophy. You know, you look at the success the Steelers have had in the NFL, arguably the most successful franchise in NFL history, transcending coaches, transcending players, quarterbacks, one constant, ownership. And the approach that ownership has had. They don't have a coach of the year, a coach of the week. They stay true. You know, Mike Tomlin has a 5-11 year. They're not saying, well, you know, he's on the bubble, he's on the hot seat. They're saying, hey, it was a tough year. You know, we had some things go wrong, but we believe in Mike. He's going to turn this thing around. Sure enough, 2 years after having that kind of year, he won a Super Bowl 2 years ago. I think that's the way you'll see us run this franchise. I mean, if Tony Sperano was our coach for the next 15 years, and during that 15 years, there's going to be, you know, good times and other times. You know, we want to stay true to those people that we believe in, not make knee-jerk reactions based on a season or a game. And it was very important for me in accepting this position, because I didn't really know Steve that well, to understand that was his DNA. Because you can't have a franchise that is in constant turmoil and is in constant fear and worried about their next game and their next season. So in the NFL, I would say the most important thing is commitment to winning, demonstrating to your fan base that you win, having a system that you believe in that transcends players or names, but stays in place for a long time. That is the bedrock of the way to approach the game.
That seems to be the case in the team that you left. The Red Sox now have, you know, Terry Francona's been there for a while.
Right.
Theo left and then came came back, and almost the Dodgers have for a long period of time had that tradition up until what's been going on recently.
Yeah. Very similar. So that's a great question. No, you're not a season ticket.
No, unfortunately.
That's a very good question. Why don't you be our guest at 2 tickets to our opening game against the Jets on Sunday Night Football? September 22nd.
Last question. Look at him now.
My name's Eric Levin. Excuse me, my name's Eric Levin. I am the president of the Sports Entertainment Company here in Miami Beach. And I'll start by saying I'm not looking for any tickets, helmets, so please don't offer that to me when I'm done with the statement, because I'm making more of a statement than a question. But I've been a fan of Miami Dolphins since the early 70s as well. Saw the perfect season. Went through the traditions as well with the Dolphins and seen a lot. And I'm not a season ticket holder, but I do attend a lot of games. And I would make the statement that as far as tradition goes, and I believe in that, I'm a big fan. I grew up singing the Dolphins songs. But with 2 young boys right now, the ages of 8 and 10, and seeing what else is out there, competitive nature and entertainment right now, and what you guys are facing as a competitive entities out there in the marketplace, that the thing that resonated most with my children anyways was those quirky little things that were going on with the fan raise and all the other exciting things were happening. We were fortunate enough to be able to get down to the field, do a little section behind the players, and go through the Ocean Drive area, which resonates South Beach. A lot of those things that happened out there were what my kids took from that game experience. And we actually lost a couple games we went last year, but we also won a game, and we felt that energy. And I agree with what you said. Last year's experience compared to the year before, even the year before that, was much more electric in the stadium right there. I felt it. My kids felt it. They asked when the season started again. They want to get back there. And I guess continuing my statement is that when this new this new gentleman came to the Heat, he didn't refer to coming to Miami or South Florida. He referred to South Beach coming here. And I think there's a lot of opportunity with the Dolphins interacting with South Beach and Miami Beach overall right now. And I think that your position here to be part of this chamber is great. We all get excited about it. We want to be more involved with what you're doing here. And the question I would ask is, how would you want to get Miami Beach and this chamber more involved and actually get this message about South Beach and the excitement out in the marketplace overall with entertainment value? What's your plan on really expanding that relationship?
Great. Thank you, by the way, first of all, for the compliment. And I won't send you tickets for your request. But I do have boys 8 and 10 myself, so we have some things in common. So we're going to send a nice gift box of some things for your boys. And please come up to training camp as my guest one day with the boys. I'll take you down behind the ropes and let them get some pictures and meet some of the players. So the answer to the question is to provide more compliments like that, and you'll get to do a lot of cool things. So, no, the answer to the question is it's a work in progress. I mean, from our point of view, selfishly speaking, the greatest thing you could do to demonstrate your commitment is to come back in the form of a season ticket member, or come back time and time again. Give us a test drive. You know, this is a place that is a lot of fun. We've got 3 primetime night games this year to start. 3 of our first 4 games are primetime night games, or 3 of our first 5. You know, the Jets to open the season on Monday Night Football. We've got, Sunday Night Football. We got the Patriots the next week on Monday Night Football. We got the Bears coming to town on Thursday Night Football. We got a great home schedule, a lot of excitement, a lot of energy. So, I mean, we'd love to see you all come back in great numbers. On our side, you know, our quote for that quid is to make sure you know that we're going to be active here. We're going to be members of the chamber. We want to do community things. You know, we did. I didn't mention, but one of our biggest foundation events of the year is our Fins Weekend Miami Dolphins Fishing Tournament, which is held right here at Miami Beach Marina every year. And we had, I think, 60 boats go out of the marina on Saturday morning, the first Saturday in June. Get a lot of folks staying down in the area, out in restaurants. I mean, you're going to see us. You know, again, actions speak louder than words. We're going to be measured over time on what we do and how we behave. And you're going to see us look for more engagement on community-related things that hopefully add economic value and the benefits for business owners in the beach community. And then just the last thing globally would be, you know, we need to act as community champions for things that the community believes about. You know, I know it's a little bit of a mixed bag, but I would suspect, a show of hands, there are more people who favor the Miami Beach Convention Center expansion in this room who oppose it. Is that the correct assumption? Yes. You know, we haven't been here that long, but I've been here long enough and have talked to enough people to know how important that is for this community. You know, that is not just for the beach community, but for South Florida in general, but especially true here in the beach community. So, you know, we're trying to engage with that, and to the extent that we can play a role in helping to make that happen, that's great. We have to see those community opportunities to get behind things that are important. And I will tell you this, you know, is there media in the room? Is anybody here? No. Okay. I'll just say that any discussion with regard to any public dollars or support for stadium improvements, from our point of view, will always include the convention center being first up in that discussion. We believe that. We believe that. We know that's important to the beach community, this community, and you know, I'm familiar with what happened with the Marlins situation and the sentiment that exists with some here at the beach, and that, you know, some of the hard-earned money that is generated here found its way onto the mainland. And what's the benefit? What's the payback for the beach? You will not see that from us, and I give you my word on that. So, you know, we need to have our head out of the sand and know what the community wants, desires, and be partners in that process.
And having said that, and having had the opportunity to be at our gala and see what a great function that is, we hope you consider bringing one of your events over to the convention center so that we can support it that way.
We're talking about a Dolphins convention, an annual convention, so no better place to have it than the Miami Beach Convention Center. So I think we're out of time.
Yes, a little bit. So
we're out of time.